Guys, welcome to week 7. Here we are. You are done with 2 projects. You just submitted your PowerPoint slides for the digital project. Congratulations. We're going to go back to Microsoft Word and type out another essay. This time you're completing a mandatory essay assignment for Butler County Community College, the literary analysis essay. Sometimes I'll refer to it as the literary analysis essay. Some people will call it the literary essay or just the analysis essay. Either way, you're basically doing the same thing no matter what we call it. So this is an essay where you're practicing, as you might have guessed, the skill of analysis. Analysis is literally the taking apart of something. So you take a thing of some kind, you break it up into its parts to learn about that thing, and you examine the relationship between all the parts. And then you can sort of put it all back together into a meaningful framework. Now, you're doing analysis not to a car engine or to a medical procedure, but you're analyzing a text. You're taking a text from the McGraw-Hill Reader. So there's a list of texts you're going to pick. So you'll pick one from the list. You'll also, as you can see, create a thesis statement about the text. But beyond all that, analyzing the text, when we analyze texts, we tend to speak of something called close reading. Close reading is a very important reading skill. You might be familiar with this phrase from high school or even middle school. I know where we live in the Pittsburgh area, it's taught in middle school. However, it tends to really be emphasized in college. And if, like me, you're an English major, you basically spent 7 years of your life doing close reading in higher education. So what is close reading? Well, the title kind of says it all. It's looking very closely at a text. And I mean closely at a text. So there's a little drawing here. People tend to have a magnifying glass, and here's a picture of a text. So it's where you put a text under a magnifying glass, or even microscopes, so to speak. You literally take a text apart, look for connections between words and phrases, look for contradictions, look for patterns, look for trends, look for rhetorical effects, look for all kinds of things, just to figure out how the text clicks or how it's working. To use an analogy, think about close reading as something similar to taking apart an engine of some kind to see all the different pieces and how they interact with each other. You're taking apart the text as an engine, all of the sort of textual pieces, to seeing how the text is put together by the author. Your goal is to then help us understand that text in a deeper level. So that's close reading in a nutshell. You'll be learning about it over the next few weeks as you get a rough draft of this essay done eventually and submitted. So good luck with this essay. I'll admit it's a pretty challenging assignment. Close reading is not the easiest thing to practice at first. It takes skill and patience and time to look closely at a text. So give yourself some time here to read the text you pick over and over again. That's one of the things you have to do. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.